What's going on, guys? JPB Duel here. Hope you guys are having an awesome Monday, and thank you guys very much for liking, subscribing, and commenting on my videos. I really do appreciate that. And with that being said, let's get on with our today's gameplay. For this game, I am going second. My opponent is playing a 60 cards Invoked Eldlich deck. So that was insane. So he starts off his turn by activating the Cursed Eldland to search for a Golden Lord. Then he activates his Magic Meltdown. That lets him search for an Alistair. He's gonna normal out the Alistair, search for Invoked, and sadly I cannot do anything against this thing going off because I don't have any hand traps. He's gonna link climb into his Artemis off of the Alistair, and then activate Invoked to go into Mekaba. This is the standard Invoke play. If they go turn one, they always go into Mekaba because Mekaba is an Omni negate on the field. He's going to get the Alistair back by returning the Invoke to his deck. He's going to set down 2 cards and end his turn. So at this point I'm thinking, right, I do know he's playing the Eldlich because I did see him search for the Eldlich monster. So I know one of the cards set down is probably a Sanguine or some kind of Elixir to special out the Eldlich monster on my turn. The other card could have been a Hakuero Conquistador or something like that. Like, you never know what it could have been because he's playing a 60 card deck. So I go into my turn, I draw into a Dropsies. I try to start my combo off, but he sadly set down Conquistador plus Sanguine. So Sanguine will special out the Golden Lord, and then Conquistador will destroy the Dropsies that I currently have on the field. So it's going to do just that. Dropsies will be sent to the graveyard. So at this point I'm thinking, right, like my instant fusion is my one gateway to actually make my play work. So I have to somehow bait out his Mekabuzz negate before I go into my instant fusion play. So I activate Monster Reborn. Again, if he had allowed me to Monster Reborn my Dropsies, I could have still continued with my combo because I haven't activated the effect of the Dropsies in the graveyard itself. So I try to Monster Reborn, but he negates the Monster Reborn with Mekaba by sending a Super Polymerization to the graveyard. So that's gonna get negated, get banished, and then I go into my main play of Instant Fusion. So if you guys noticed, I Instant Fusioned out a Weather Washer, not Rocket Ride, because Rocket Ride needs 2 different named Prankis monster or Prankis cards in your graveyard, Prankis monster cards in your graveyard to actually get activated. And since I only had 1 Prankis monster card in the graveyard, Rocket Ride would have been useless. So I had to think a solution for that. So I saw Polymerization plus the Fansies. So I could go into Rocket Ride using the Weather Washer plus the Fansies that I currently had in my hand. So I do just that, and I start to think, right, since I have Pranks in my hand, I could get a token, go into Access Code, because I am going to search for a Pandemonium of Doodle-Doo. So I'm starting to think if I can kill him this turn, and I thought, like, I know that I have enough damage I'll have enough damage on the field plus enough cards in my hand to kill him this turn. So I start doing just that. I activate Fansies in the graveyard, chain block with Rocket Ride. Again, this is a chain block because I know 1 card in his hand is Alistair. I'm not too sure about what the other card could have been. It could have been an Ash Blossom. So I wanted to chain block with Rocket Ride in case, like, you know, if he Ash Blossoms that, my combo could have been stopped right there. Like, I wouldn't have been able to kill him this turn. So that's why I chain block with Rocket Ride. It's going to resolve. Fansies will special out a copy of Lamseys. And then I start link climbing. I go into my Meowmoo, activate Lamseys, burn him for 5, special out Dropsies, go into my Doodle-Doo, activate the graveyard, gain 1000 life points, chain link with Doodle-Doo, search for a Pandemonium. I could have searched for a place or Pandemonium, it didn't matter because I would have discarded the card anyway. So I activate Pranks, discard the Pandemonium, get myself a token. And if you guys don't know by now, you can go into Nightmare Unicorn using the token you get off of the Pranks because Nightmare only requires 2+ monsters with different names. Token is a monster and you have the Doodle-Doo as link too, so you could use Doodle-Doo plus the token to go into Nightmare. Sadly, I did not have a card in hand to use Nightmare's effect to bounce a card on the field, but my access code would get three destruction effects because I do have 3 link monsters in my graveyard. So I activate Rocket Ride. So at this point, if you guys notice, Rocket Ride was at 1000 attack points. Access code has 3 pops, and combining those 2 attacks, I would only have 6,300. I would be missing 400 damage. So for the solution, I activate Rocket Ride, get 2 Prankist monster back out on the field, and Link Climb into Bowel Bark. So now, after the pop of the access code, I'll have enough damage on the field to outright kill my opponent. So I start popping his monsters, hoping that he does not have any hand traps or something in his hand to negate my battle phase. And so glad he didn't, because this was a going second OTK, like a highlight of going second OTK. So with that being said, this is the end of the game, guys. Again, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and commentating, sharing my videos. I really do appreciate it. And this is JP Bidul signing off for this game. See you guys in the next game. Peace!